Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're talking about a huge shift in computer networking. We're moving away from these old, rigid designs that were basically built like fortresses and into these dynamic, software-driven networks that are much more like sprawling, interconnected cities. It's a massive change.
All right, so here's how we're going to break it down. We'll start with the problem, the limits of the old way. Then we'll get into the new philosophy behind the fix, which is called zero trust. After that, we'll look at the core tech that makes it all happen, how the pieces fit together, and finally, why any of this actually matters to you.
Okay, first up, the old guard. Before we can really appreciate the modern city, we've got to understand why the old castle walls just aren't cutting it anymore.
This quote from NIST really nails it. For years, the thinking was simple. Build a big, strong wall around your network. But what happens when your people and your data aren't inside the wall anymore? They're everywhere. That's the problem. The whole model has to flip on its head.
So this is what we're talking about, right? The old castle and moat. You've got this hard outer shell, the firewall, and then everything inside is this soft, chewy, trusted center. If you made it past the moat, you were golden. But that just doesn't work anymore. Our users are everywhere, logging in from home. They're on their personal phones. Our data is in the cloud. The perimeter, it's not just weak, it's gone. It's completely dissolved.
Okay, so if location doesn't equal trust anymore, what do? Well, we adopt a whole new philosophy. It's called zero trust, and the subtitle says it all. Trust nothing, verify everything.
The idea behind zero trust is actually pretty simple. Basically, you never, ever get a free pass. Every single time you try to access anything, you have to prove who you are and that you're allowed to be there. I don't care if you're in the CEO's office or at a coffee shop on the other side of the world, you have to show your credentials every single time.
Now you might be thinking, okay, verify everything sounds good, but isn't that going to be a total nightmare to manage? And you'd be right if we were still doing things the old way. But that's where the core technology comes in, software-defined networking. It's all about separating the brains from the brawn.
So, what SDN does is pretty brilliant. It takes the brains, the part that decides where all the data should go, and pulls it out of all the individual hardware boxes. Then it puts all that intelligence into one central place, a software controller. Suddenly, instead of managing 1,000 separate brains, you're managing just one. It's a single pane of glass for your entire network.
And to really get why this is such a big deal, you have to remember how painful things used to be. For decades, if you wanted to make a change, you had to log into every single switch and router, one by one, and type commands. It was slow, it was complicated, and one tiny mistake could cause a huge outage.
Look at this. Now, don't worry about what this code actually does. Just appreciate the fact that someone had to type this, and then they had to type a slightly different version of it on the next device, and the next, and the next, for maybe hundreds of devices. Can you imagine the pressure? One little typo, and boom. That's what we're moving away from.
But with SDN, the whole process gets flipped. The controller finds all your devices for you, then you, the administrator, just tell it what you want to happen at a high level. You don't say, configure this port, you say, this group of users can't talk to that group of servers. You define your intent. The controller then translates that into all the nitty-gritty code and pushes it out everywhere, perfectly. It's a real game changer. All right, so let's get into the mechanics. How does this whole thing actually work? Well, it boils down to two main ideas, the fabric and the policy. Think of it as the roads and the traffic rules. So the fabric, the roads, is built with something called VXLAN. Now, the easiest way to picture this is to imagine you're laying down a whole new set of virtual highways on top of the physical streets you already have. This means you can create a direct connection from anywhere to anywhere, totally ignoring the physical layout underneath. And the scale is just mind-boggling. We're going from a few thousand possible segments to 16 million.
But wait a second. If we have this super flexible fabric where anything can connect to anything, doesn't that sound kind of dangerous? How do we enforce our trust nothing rule? How do we keep a cheap IoT camera from trying to talk to our most sensitive servers? The key is we throw out the old rulebook. We stop using IP addresses to define security.
Instead of managing these massive, complicated lists of numbers, we do something much smarter. We give everything an identity tag, kind of like a security badge. A user gets an employee badge. A critical server gets a PCI servers badge. That camera we talked about, it gets an IoT devices badge. And here's the magic. That badge follows them everywhere, no matter how they connect to the network.
And this is where it all comes together.
The rules, the policy, are now written in plain English. Look at this. Employees cannot talk to PCI servers. IoT devices cannot talk to financial servers. It's simple, it makes sense, and because it's based on those tags, this rule is enforced absolutely everywhere across the entire network automatically.
Okay, that's a lot of tech talk, but what's the bottom line? What do you actually gain from doing all this? Let's talk about the real-world impact.
Look, this isn't just a tech upgrade, it's a whole new operating model. For security, you get to create these tiny, secure bubbles around things. We call it segmentation. So if one thing gets compromised, it can't spread. For compliance, it's a dream because your policies are consistent everywhere. And for the business, you become so much more agile. You can connect new things, deploy new apps, and make changes in minutes instead of waiting for weeks. It's about speed and security together.
So it really comes down to this. The old idea of a fortified castle with a single wall just doesn't work in a borderless world. The modern business is a dynamic, bustling city with things moving constantly. So you have to ask yourself, is your security still built for a castle or is it ready for the city?